Lunch Money Lambert, Jeff Malott. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Kayak Adventure Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation, where we talk about fishing and competition. It's your boy Ox Pippin, aka Ox Fishing. Don't come over here tripping. Hey, hope you enjoy the show. Jeff Malott, Lunch Money Lambert, Lego. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Kayak Adventure Nation. Yeah, welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Kayak Adventure Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Adventure Nation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to KBN Live. Happy Monday, Ryan. How are you?
On the road, baby.
On the road.
Went to a volleyball game, stopped by the old house, which is now an empty podcast room, and trying to get to Memphis tonight if I can. So
I was about to ask, did you move the wall from your old to the new, but you're back at the old?
No, I found a desk, so I'm going to start on the office hopefully this weekend.
Okay. Is it coming together? Are you liking the new digs?
I love it.
Good.
Makes me actually want to be at home. So
look at you. Yeah, you'll be like me before long and never want to go anywhere. That's what
I already don't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to go anywhere today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats on that, man.
Thank you.
I think this is going to be our first interview with the Kayak Adventure Series winners.
Yeah,
we didn't know how it was going to go last year, but this year, they came back strong with a schedule. They're opening in Florida. We knew it'd be, big numbers down there. So they had their tournament this weekend. We got the top two from down in, I don't want to mispronounce what the
Ocala
event was. Yeah, but it was like Ocalapalooza or something.
Ocalapalooza, like
yeah, Ocalapalooza. Darrell, Harrelson, and Christopher Bailey took 1 and 2. Darrell went way over 100 inches, 107 inches. So we'll get those guys on here shortly and talk to them about how they did it. But we like to also talk about what else is going on in KB Nation before we get them on. I'll bring up something first, Ryan. I've been active over on the X, the tweeter, with our KBN page, and I put a poll up because it feels like, I know Bass had big numbers this last time, but it feels like there's a little bit of a pullback on the tournament scene or just across the industry, right? So I put a poll up over there the other day, and it was, what limits your national tournament participation? And sure enough, the number one answer was inflation economy, with family responsibilities coming in a second place there. So it makes sense. I mean, things cost more, things are more expensive. You're
people
hearing
are
that
working now.
Yeah.
We had that COVID boom where everybody could go pre-fish all the time, and had a lot of tournament pros come out of that one. So
you feel that's an accurate representation, that poll?
I mean, personally, I think that is an accurate representation. But I think, we've grown this thing so big in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, the big tournament scene's been around for a little over 10 years now, but I think we saw it peak, and I think things are kind of starting to level out in the industry. We saw some big trails cease to exist now, and I think we're just kind of seeing where it's going to go for the next few years.
Yeah, a consolidation, if you will. Yep. Right. There we go. We got folks jumping on YouTube, Facebook. We got a few jumping on over on X. So if you're watching any of those places, help us out. Just all you have to do is like it, share it, comment on it, and it helps us in those algorithms wherever you may be watching. So we appreciate y'all watching over there. J Mac on YouTube said scheduling impacts it more than anything. It makes sense. I mean,
and when there's not 2 or 3 big trails that are kind of centered around northeast, southeast, and some in the middle of the country, I think that did cut down on a lot of options. Like Bass obviously had a very spread out schedule this year, and I think that probably knocked some people out of wanting to travel and do the whole thing.
I got my time off approved to come to Dale Hollow. Speaking of Bass, right?
Yeah, did you?
I'm coming.
I need to check the date and see if I can come out of retirement for that one.
October 23rd or 24th through the 26th or something like that. That's when it is. So.
Did you say October?
Yeah, no, April.
April. I was like, October does not sound right. I thought it was
No.
in the spring.
No, that's when the Big Bass 250 is.
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
them mixed up in my brain.
All right. I got
But
you.
no, end of April, basically.
Chris, the furthest out west, we might make a Dallas tournament this year, Dallas Fort Worth area volleyball tournament this year. So we'll see.
There we go. You'll be doing that until she's in the Olympics, right? And then it's wherever that she may be.
Brother, I don't know. Whatever she wants to do, man. I'm locked in for it.
I feel that. What else going around the nation, man? I know there was some industry news you wanted to touch on.
I got a rather disturbing phone call a couple weeks ago from a boat show. It's one of the friends of the show reached out and asked if I heard about Newport Vessels letting go of Ramel, the wizard. And I hadn't heard about that, but apparently Newport canned the guy that made Newport, like I know he didn't start the company, but like the amount of input and work and innovation and customer support, like Ramel was Newport. Like, I don't know how, what back office made the call on that, but I don't know how you get rid of, probably one of the biggest innovators that we've seen in kayak fishing. And he's done it for a long time, from kayak rigging, working with New Canoe on their stuff, rigging all of Greg Blanchard's stuff, boat design with Native and Bonafide. Like I could not, I can't wrap my head around how that is a smart financial decision on their part at all.
That is we've had Ramel on here a couple times. My guy, he's not just some talking head marketing guy. He literally knows the physics of why the boats do what they do with the motors on the back and the propulsion and the drag. I mean, he knows everything. Literally, he is a wizard.
He knows everything, and he's developed so many products, like innovative products for these companies. And he was 24/7 customer service. I can't tell you how many times myself or someone called me asking to troubleshoot their motor or their controller or whatever, and he would answer you at any time. I mean, it'd be 6 a.m. in the morning trying to fix something, and he was there. Like, he was the guy for it, and people are still calling him now. And so if you are, don't do that. So give the man some peace. But I couldn't believe it. Like, that is a mind-blowing decision, in my opinion.
And somebody in the comments said they hope he left for something bigger. I don't think it was that at all, right?
No, I don't think it was a he leaving anything. I think it was a you're fired type deal. And that just, I don't know about that.
Yeah. And when Newport came on the scene, there was kind of a pushback, like, look at these guys, they're copying Torqeedo. And it was a big thing. And he quickly legitimized Newport as like the company almost in kayak fishing, and it's the kayak side, especially, that was him.
He sold the brand. He was the trust in the brand, because without Ramel, like you said, I don't think a lot of people would have got on board with Newport the way that they did. I wouldn't have, I'll tell you that. Period.
Man, well, hopefully someone else scoops him up and uses that expertise. Pour one out for Ramel tonight, because that's some nonsense right there. I don't get it. I don't get it. We'll see. Newport sponsor bass. Losing Ramel is a much bigger deal than sponsoring bass, in my opinion.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Crazy. But yeah. Anything else going around the nation before we get these boys in here?
That's all that was sticking in my craw, man.
Yeah. Well, that should stick in everyone's craw. See, look, in the comments, people are kind of shocked by that as well. So
I don't think a lot of people know about it. I know you didn't know about it when I told you I wanted to talk about it on the show. And that's the thing, is just trying to get the word out so people aren't, still blowing him up for customer support and trying to get him to fix the problems. He ain't the guy for it anymore. So pick a new number and aggravate them and see if they've got half the brain that Ramel has.
Jeez, we need to rally up some startup funds and get him creating his own little motor deal.
Yep.
I think you could do it if you had the right backing. There we go. Hey, with that said, let's shout out the supporters real quick, and we'll get these boys in here. Presenting sponsor of the show, Eco Fishing Shop. We appreciate them. I accidentally mentioned the Big Bass 250 earlier, but don't forget about it this fall. Make your plans way ahead of time to go to the Big Bass 250. It got even bigger last year. It's going to be bigger this year. And as you go through your kayak season, make sure you get on ecofishingshop.com and get all the gear you need. If anybody wants
to drive me to the Big Bass 250, I am taking Ubers from now on.
Somebody will take you, Ryan.
Steve-O better.
Yeah, that's right. You need to pick his tire up this year out of the field.
Yeah.
What you need to do. Then of course Western Sun Vodka, we appreciate them. They've been with us. They were the first sponsors of the show, Ryan, and they're still with us as we speak. So
I still kept the Western Sun on hand just in case.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Yak and Grass. It explains his warranty being lackluster. I don't know. Sorry, Yak and Grass. ProGuide Lithium powering whatever motor you may have. And then, of course, all our giveaway partners. We appreciate them. So we appreciate them. So with that said, let's get in the two guests for tonight. I'm tired. They're sitting in the green room listening to us ramble. They're ready to get on here and talk about Florida. Gentlemen, Darrell, Chris, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, the gear for Florida Kayak Bass Trail, I'm very impressed by it. The pictures online, that stuff you're wearing tonight, you guys are swagged out. I like that.
Yeah, we actually got Todd Quillen. He was a member of the KBFTN up in Tennessee. He's now helps run the trail with me and Sean down in Florida. So this is all his gear that he puts together for us. So yeah, he's a super cool dude.
Good job, Todd.
Give him y'all. I know you guys know Todd Quillen.
I was like, that name sounds local.
Yeah. So he was local. He's down in Florida now, and he helps run the Florida Kayak Bass Trail with me and Sean. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That one of my questions was going to be, we talked before we went live. We got two veterans with us, by the way. We got Chris in the Air Force right now, Darrell Harrelson, Army veteran. Appreciate both y'all's service. But Chris, going to North Dakota. I was going to ask what's going to happen with your trail, but it sounds like you've got a team down there that's going to handle it.
Yeah, well, so we got a really good group of people here. We got a lot of our members that are actually like heavily involved with making sure that it stays successful. I'm going to continue to do the back end stuff, but Todd will be down here for the foreseeable future. And we actually had two other anglers that are members of our club step up to do like the tournament directing side of it. So it's going to go strong. It's going to keep doing what it's doing. We're just going to do the back end stuff because I'm in North Dakota, Sean's in North Carolina, and Todd's in Florida. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. So, yeah.
Nice.
Hats off to anybody volunteering to do the tournament directing.
Right. No. Yeah. So we got Jeff Gallagher and David Myers. Those two guys are I think Jeff is a retired Marine, and then David, he does flooring and stuff. He's a previous rodeo guy. So don't mess with him. He rode horseback he did bronking on horses, which you can't mess with anybody that does those. Those things are fierce.
I don't know. So, back problems for sure.
Yep.
Crazy. Well, let's pivot over here to the fishing, man. We were talking before we went live. We didn't get to speak to anyone with the Kayak Adventure Series towards the end of last year, but with it coming back this year, we wanted to make sure we got some of the winners on. Going to Florida, we expected big limits, and you guys definitely pulled that off. So, Darrell, you're the champ, man. 107 inches. First, before you get into how your day went, tell us what you think of this series as a new series. Really, it's only a year old on the block. Something different that offers the anglers.
Yeah, so it was my first time fishing one of their events, and I liked it a lot. Like everything leading up to the tournament, they try really hard to get everybody involved, and to feel like they're part of something. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah.
So usually, and I don't know what they did down there, but I know like was it the Ocalapalooza? They had like like a big meetup, get together type deal. It was same thing, kind of the afternoon before, whatever.
Yeah, so Wednesday they did a thing they called Midtown. It's a restaurant on a rooftop, and we went there, and there's like 25 of us that had dinner, some drinks, and just kind of talked and hung out, and then just kind of went our separate ways. And then what was it, Thursday? They had a whole like little festival, in that evening for registration, take photos, just meet and greets, and then the Bash U brunch, and then the tournament. It's a whole deal. It's more than just a tournament. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot that they put into it that makes it unique in its own matter. So, yeah.
So what Darrell? What waterways were fished for this tournament?
Like complete list.
Yeah, I mean, like what was it like a kind of a circumference on a map type deal, or how was that broken down?
We had Rodman, Orange, Lochloosa, Noonan's, the Withlacoochee River, and part of the Ocala national forest. So it's pretty much everything within like an hour of Ocala.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of water.
Yeah, kind of highlighting on the screen. You can see you can be fishing 3 of the top 11 ranked lakes. Number 1 ranked lake. It kind of breaks down what Darrell just said. Anything within an hour, including all these lakes.
We'll tell you, none of the fish we caught came off of any of those top 10 lake or top 3 lakes.
Yeah.
Were y'all fishing a similar area, like close to each other, or just happened to be not? Okay.
50 yards of each other all day.
Really?
All right.
Yeah. If y'all want to hear the story, we'll tell y'all the story on what unfolded.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Definitely do. That's what we're here for.
So Harrelson, you want me to, or you want to do it?
Hey, you're the talker, bud.
I know Harrelson. So Harrelson and I, Harrelson, Chris Mitchell, which you guys had on your show, and Sean Spears, we have a weekend trash talking trail. And we just travel all over the state of Florida every weekend, and we just compete and talk trash to one another every single weekend. Sean's in North Carolina, not catching any fish. We still beat up on them and talk trash. So this being my last event, me and Harrelson took the whole week off. For the Kayak Adventure Series, you can only pre-fish the official practice period 4 days. That's it. You can only be on the water for 4 days, and then you're off, right? So we had a plan. We took Monday through the Saturday off of work, and we went up Monday with Chris Mitchell, and we pre-fished Orange Lake just to see kind of how it was, because we had tournaments out there in the past, just a bunch of small fish. But we've been camping the whole week. We've been camping out the entire week. And mind you, it was like 30 degrees outside and raining and sun, like it was miserable. So we've been camping out in tents all week, leading up until Thursday and Friday. We got an Airbnb, but we went and pre-fished all these big lakes that we fished before, just catching nothing but small ones. We went out to a no-name lake that I think me and him were the only people on that lake targeting bass. And for the first 6 hours of practice on that Tuesday, I believe it was, we didn't catch a single fish or have a bite. So Harrelson, we got to the middle of the lake on the point there, and he's like, I just keep looking to the east side. We need to go over there. And so we took an hour, like 45 minutes across the lake to get there. And within 15 minutes, he caught a 9-pounder. Yeah, he caught a 9-pounder within 15 minutes. And then, like, it was crazy. I should have sent you guys pictures ahead of time to show it to you guys, but it's on there on our Facebook page, on our Florida Kayak Bass Trail official page. I just made a post about it. And we're like, okay, there might be something there. He went another 20 yards.
There might be something there.
He went another 20 yards down and caught a 5-pounder. And then we went another 100 yards down, and I flipped into a reed, and I lost a unit. It was over 10 pounds easy. It hit every inch of my kayak on the side, and we were like, yeah, that's it. That was during practice. Yeah. So we left that spot very quickly. We pre-fished that area for.
That's a nice tent.
Yeah, he had a rain. That was the Orange Lake fish. That had nothing on what we were doing over there. So that was day one. First fish I caught on a swim jig there, Gambler, and then yeah. But yeah, so we left that area. We probably pre-fished it for maybe 45 minutes, and we left. That was 22 minutes into day 2.
Yeah.
He caught that. He caught 2 8-pounders on day 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you made the right move there. Jeff, I don't know if you checked the group chat, but we have a baby Wallen.
You got a baby Wallen?
Yeah, we don't. I'm not gonna throw it up on the internet. I don't know if the parents want the baby out there on the web yet, but congratulations to Jay and Casey. We have a new baby Wallen in the world.
Oh, that's
Baby
awesome.
Wallen.
Congratulations on that.
I'm disappointed Jay didn't, tag in and live stream this whole
Is
event.
that? I was gonna say, is this the first baby we've had born live on the air? That's awesome. Good job.
But
all right, now back to the fishing. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, so the big moral of the story there is we found that on Tuesday. Wednesday it rained. We didn't get on the water. We just kind of hung out, went to Bass Pro Shop, did our thing, and then Thursday we went back out to Orange Lake to see if we could find something there. So we didn't even go back to the lake that we planned on pre-fishing. We went all the way and just spent all day on Orange Lake. We caught, 50, 60 fish there, but they were not big fish. And we knew, Harrelson kept saying, we have the winning fish. Like, don't stress it. So we went back on Friday. So the cool thing about the Adventure Series is Friday, you're on the water from 3 to 7. So you have
that's part of the tournament, right?
Yes, that's part of the tournament. Yeah. So Friday, you go to the Bashu brunch in the morning, and then after that, you can't get on the water until 3 to 7 is your line's in. Mind you, Harrelson caught one 16.5-inch fish on the first day of the tournament. I caught a 19.5 and a 17 and something. So I had me sitting kind of, comfortable. I wanted 2 fish. And then Harrelson was kind of bummed. I can tell he was. He's probably not going to tell you he was, but he was kind of bummed. But
that true, Darrell? That true?
A
little bit.
I knew those fish were there. I knew they weren't going nowhere. So
yeah, he was confident. He's like, I asked him if he was going back, and he's like, I'm going back. He's like, I'm catching those fish. And I was like, okay. I went one way, he went the other, and he was on one side of the reeds. I was on the shallow side of the reeds, and I hear the boom, like just this bass blow up. And I think you could have heard him from across the lake. He finally got it in the boat, and he just lets out this big yell. And I come around the reeds, and that's where I took that picture. The funny part was there was 2 young kids coming around on a boat that were crappie fishing, and they were like, "Is that a big one?" And he turns it over and shows it to me. He's like, "I think it's a big one." And the kids about jumped out of their boat with joy, laughing. It was really fun. It was that's it right there. Yeah, that's a
tank.
Yeah,
that's a fun
and that wasn't the
format,
biggest fish caught.
On that afternoon, how they do it afternoon of day one. So our Tennessee State Championship, that's how we've done it for I think the past 6 or 7 years now. We started doing that because some people would, we would have it in the dog days of summer. So the afternoon bite would be really good for some people right there at dusk. And then obviously you have all day if you completely bomb that afternoon to kind of make up some ground. So I really like that format.
Oh, the format's awesome. Yeah.
So explain that to folks a little more. So what they're saying, it's a total of 5 over the 2 days, right? You catch them all. You catch all 5 either day.
Yep. You just coal. If you catch a limit on Friday evening, you spend all day coaling. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into it, but also there's so many other other things that you can do. They have a team series as well. And actually Blake Abbey and Seth Taylor, 2 members of our club, took home the W for the team series as well. And yeah, it's very unique. That's awesome in my opinion. I think for the price for the 2-day tournament is you can't beat it. It was $175, and that gets you into contentions to win. And the payout for it was, for as many people that showed up, we were expecting over 125 folks. I think we had around 60 something in the individual side, and the payout compared to how many people entered was just it was good. It was crazy. Super thankful for those guys.
Let me ask you this. Darrell and Chris, you guys were camping like Castaway style all week, getting ready for this thing. How were you not on the same team and winning the team part?
So hear me out. So yes, Harrelson, why is that? Yeah, Harrelson. So listen, I had a lot of people reach out to me and ask if I could join their team. This is my last event. A lot of the people in the club wanted to fish. The team side of it is actually much cheaper. It's $75 an angler. So you don't even have to sign up for the individual tournament. You can just sign up as a team and pay $75 if you want. There's different avenues in which you can go about participating and being a part of it. And I looked at Harrelson after we had good pre-fish, and I'm like, man, we need to sign up for this team deal. We could win both. And he's like, nah, man. I should have just mustered up and signed up both of us, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, it was a finance thing where we both made out very well at the end, and we could have took home an extra couple $100. It's one of those things, but to be fair, like Blake Abbey and Seth and those guys, we love to see them take it home and whatnot. It would have been really boring just watching me and Harrelson go up on top of the stage for the entire award ceremony and not anybody knew. So we love those guys and glad that they were able to take it home. But
it's good that you give back to the folks, you know.
Yeah, right. We have some humility here in the weekend trash talking trail for sure. So
you can just hold it over their heads basically and say you let them win. That's what you can do.
No. But to be fair, hey, we went to the awards ceremony. We went to the award ceremony, and Blake Abbey comes up and he's like, "Man, y'all crushed them." And he was talking to us, and then they thought we had signed up for the team side of it, so they thought that they got second place. And I looked at him and I was like, "Dude, y'all got first place in the team." He's like, "What do you mean? Y'all kicked butt?" And I'm like, "No, we didn't sign up for it." And you should have seen their faces whenever we told them we didn't sign up for it. They were like, "Oh, thank God." So no, shout out to those guys. They absolutely crushed it. Seth Taylor, I'm sure you guys have seen him before. He has a story for him. He caught one of his first fish on a jerkbait, got the jerkbait stuck in his hand and the fish on it, and he raised the boat or the fish into the kayak, a 3-pounder, and flipped it into this boat with the. It was a crazy story, but yeah, he had a good time too, catching some fish.
Need to get him a de-hooker, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. Where's that giveaway at?
Yeah, we need to do that. That was crazy. He showed us the video afterwards, and I about cringed. I don't like that. So, but yeah,
yeah. You know, we already heard some of the story about how it went, but Darrell, take us through. You know, we heard what your day one was slow. Take us through day two and how that went. I've got the limit here. I mean, 24 3/4 all the way down to an 18 1/4, but 107 inches, insane limit over those days. So take us through how things went down, especially on day two.
So day two started out with a blaze. I mean, I hit that 24 3/4, like 22 minutes in. Then I think I hit an 18 and a 17 and change. And then there was nothing for a little while. Then I got, I don't know, to the farthest point that I ended up fishing, I caught a 22.5 that weighed 812, and then another 22 that was like right at 6. That was at, I don't know, it was somewhere around 10:30.
So there you go, David Myers. He did not quit at 10 a.m. Maybe 10:30, not 10 a.m.
Yeah, kinda. Because what happened was my very next flip into the reeds, I stuck an absolute giant, and I'm spot locked with my power pole down, and she was pulling the trolling motor and the pole off to the left. I had like 6 foot of line out, and for whatever reason, the jig just come flying out. And after that, I was like, all right, I reset. I'm like, I checked my line, I checked my knot, everything looked good. Well, on the very next pitch, my jig just hits the water right at my feet. And I was like, oh no. Well, I thought I had another one, and I didn't. So I had to change up jigs to a different color, but I had the same color skirt. So I put that same color skirt on that jig, and ended up with a white head on that jig. And for whatever reason, I didn't get no more bites the rest of the day.
So if we had another backup jig, my man would have went for 110 plus. It sounds like.
Yeah,
easily.
Not only that, I'm a firm believer in rattles, and I use 3 size rattles, and the smallest rattle that I have, I didn't have no more of those, and I think that is what was really the big difference, was the sound, that specific pitch that rattle was putting out.
I can see that. So what do you have a jig company you want to shout out or anything? What made the money for you?
Medlock jigs. It's a guy down here in Lake Placid makes them. You can only get them in like 3 tackle shops down here. As far as here in Florida, if it comes to reeds or grass, it is the absolute best jig you could ever buy.
What is it that kind of sets it apart? The shape, the hook? What is it that gives it?
It's got a
advantage?
double weed guard that is like 200-pound monofilament, and it just comes clean, like out of reeds, out of bulrush, any kind of grass, pads. The swim jigs are amazing in pads, but in bulrush you can throw a regular jig with just a regular wire brush or weed guard, and you'll get hung up every time. They just don't like it. But that jig just comes in and out clean. Don't throw it in wood though. You'll lose it real quick.
What's you guys' favorite trailer for your flipping jigs down there?
D-bomb.
Same. I like a D-bomb on almost any jig I'm throwing. Unless I'm really like fishing grass edges with a white jig, I'll throw a paddle tail or something on. But pretty much anything else, I like a D-bomb on there.
Oh yeah.
Is that it? Is that it right there?
No, that's a gambler swim jig. I'll go get one real quick. I'll show it to you. Hold on. I'll go grab it.
I was trying to investigate. Didn't work out. That's all right.
Internet sleuth.
I was trying, man. I was trying.
Darrell's like, I just got a bag. I went and bought 48 more of those so I don't lose.
Darrell's on the road. Where you at, Darrell? You're not like driving, are you?
No,
Look at the road. Look at the road, man.
He's trying to get this jig, Jeff.
So I'll show you this. So this is the jig that I used here. Hold on, and it only has the one weed guard on it because the other one broke off like 10 minutes left in the tournament. But you can see right here, this is the jig.
I got you.
Yeah, so it just has that double weed guard. There's another one that goes right to the side of it, and then I was flipping this with it here.
Oh,
this
wow.
is actually a Bass Pro Shop just came out with these, and I was like, you know what? I want something that has a beefier profile on it. So I was flipping these two different colors here. So yeah, they were actually pretty good. I ran out of all my other ones, and I was like in the middle of Ocala, and I was like, what can I use? And I found those, and you can see that in
Chris Mitchell says Darrell lives in his car.
That's true.
There we go.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
I feel like I do too. Don't worry.
But yeah.
Well, good. So swim jig, is that a living rubber skirt or a traditional like silicone skirt?
This is. I'm not. What are they made? Or Harrelson? What was the Star
Flash?
Star Flash? Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning all kinds of stuff that we're never going to need to use.
We don't know about Florida. We don't know nothing about Florida.
Well,
no, I thought you wanted on Cinco's down there. I thought you just had to throw a June bug Cinco.
I don't even know.
No, these jigs are absolutely amazing. I didn't know the difference between them. I don't fish jigs at all. This is the first tournament, and Harrelson, Mitchell, all those guys need to test it. I've never swim a jig or flip a jig. I chatterbait. Wow. I throw a chatterbait. I throw a crankbait. I throw anything, a moving bait, right? And my chatterbait rod on day 2 broke. Oh, yeah. My chatterbait rod broke like an hour in, and it forced me to use this. And if that didn't happen, I would have never caught the fish that I was fishing for. So yeah, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise there. But yeah, it's definitely a secret here. Not a secret here in Florida. If you looked at the St. John's, what were they throwing?
Oh yeah.
Right. Yep. I mean, it's literally almost the same exact thing as right here that they were flipping. So
frankly, it warms my heart to see not only the Elite Series go down the way it did, but to hear your stories from both of you that live scope didn't matter. That's old school power flipping into the thick stuff. I mean, that's amazing. That's what fishing's all about.
We both have live scope on our kayak, and if you look at any of our photos, it's not turned on. It stayed up in the off position the entire day. I mean, it's kind of crazy. We were looking at the distance on our like our metadata on our photos of where we caught our fish at in relation to where we launched our kayaks from. Less than 400 yards.
That's perfect.
Which is, ideal for kayak fishing. It wasn't very far. And the crazy thing is you would go through one time, not catch anything, turn around, go back through, and you would catch a fish almost every 100 yards. So,
what was going on there? I mean, what do y'all think was going on? They were coming in waves. I mean, I don't know what the spawn is like. Is it spawn time in Florida right now in February? I'm assuming.
In North Florida, they'll be hitting it really good probably this next coming week when it starts to warm up. I honestly think we were fishing fish that had moved up and spawned on that lake. That lake was a little dirtier. Well, a lot dirtier than most of the other lakes, and I think that water just warmed up a little bit faster. So
Yeah,
you could see like an inch of visibility. So
yeah. And we were fishing a part of the lake where the bottom was drastically different than any other part of that lake. Which is, I think, whenever we keyed on that, we were like, oh, it's definitely much harder, has some rock or shell or sand. Where everything else, it was like 1.5 feet, 2 foot of muck on the bottom, where you're just pulling up just soot. And once we got away from that, we found the bottom and that structure. It was game over. And there's only a certain amount of that on that lake, because if you get off of it 10, 15, 20 yards, nothing. You're not getting any bites out there. So
were y'all literally cycling through the same water, both of
you? Yeah. I quit fishing. So on day 2, I had no fish until 12 o'clock, 12:16. I had 0 fish at 12:16. So what happened with me is, at that point, he had already had 107 inches, right? So I stopped fishing. And I was like, hey, I'm going to come and record, because we had no boats, no drones, no and I wanted to capture his day, right? Because that is a monumental day for any angler to reach that, like 107 inches. I was like, for the Kayak Adventure Series, I need to do my part, and for Drew, and to capture that and take photos. So I was like, I'm done fishing. I peeled off, and I went back and beelined it to him. And I was like, hey, I'm done fishing. I want to see you do something crazy. Let me take some photos and videos of you. And I'm sending them to Drew the real time. I'm like, hey, this guy's out here crushing it. You need, like, this is all, like, and he's like, oh, I appreciate all this. Like, he was uploading it. And I got some videos of him jacking fish out of the reeds. And he looked at me and he said, Chris, what are you doing? He's like, go fish. He's like, go fish. And I'm like, no, I want to capture this. He's like, go fish. And I'm like, all right, 16 minutes. Well, I peeled off and I started making my way away. I went north back towards the ramp, and he was going south. I said a quick prayer. I did. And I was like, okay, like, if this is going to be a thing, just let me get a limit. 16 minutes after that, I caught my 21 3/4. And I was like, dang, okay. So that's my third fish. I went down about another 150 yards or so. I caught a 20, I think is what it was. Or yeah, I caught my 20 1/4. And I'm like, oh, that was just under 7 pounds for my biggest. And that 20 1/4 there, that came at 2 o'clock. The tournament ends at 3. I caught a 20 1/4 and that 18 1/2. I caught the 18 1/2 or 18 1/4, whatever that was, at 2:49 to go into second place.
Kind of close.
Yeah. I caught those 2 fish within the last hour to even give me a limit that was competitive there at 2:30, 2:49 is when I caught those 2 last fish to jump Seth Taylor.
Yeah. A minute like the last minute.
Yeah, but I mean that's you can't make that kind of stuff up, right?
Yeah. You said forward facing sonar got third in this event.
Yeah. Hey, and say y'all need to have Seth on your podcast. That guy has forward facing sonar on a kayak dialed in. He showed us some videos of him fishing beds where he was at. I'm not gonna I'll let him talk about it. It is crazy. His wife just caught a 9-pounder or something down where they live. It's a whole family affair for him. If you guys don't follow him or seen what he does, it's pretty remarkable. Super cool dude too. He actually
does he have a YouTube and stuff or what?
Yeah, he does. He actually won our state championship last year on Lake Toho. So he's our previous champion for the Florida Kayak Bass Trail. But yeah, Seth Taylor does have a social media. If drop it in the comment section, Seth, so that they can reach out to you. He's awesome. They really good ambassador for the sport down here in Florida in our clubs. He fishes the national trails too, when he can. But yeah, you can't make this kind of stuff up. Like me and Harrelson were on the water about in tears as we were going back to the ramp, because we both knew that it was the last time that him and I are going to get to fish together. And we literally fished together every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We are somewhere in the state of Florida fishing, just camping, doing whatever. So it was kind of, surreal and kind of sad to, that it's all it's going out like this. But, no person I'd rather, finish second to than Harrelson. Cause yeah, he's a hammer here in Florida. So, but yeah, that's our story. Awesome. It's pretty unique, man. And not a lot of people can say that's kind of been their thing. So, yeah.
That's a it's out of a movie, man. Final event, two buddies just hammering it home there. You're trying to record them, take pictures, and you still get second place. Crazy.
Yeah. And we did have a third legend on the lake, but he didn't freaking want to take part in the festivities. So Chris Mitchell was on that lake with us. He just finished third in the Bassmaster. Don't go look at his results.
Oh, no.
don't go look at those. He's watching, but he didn't want to partake in what we had going on. But all I got to say is, as soon as he started fishing what we were fishing, he caught that 19 1/4. So, maybe he should have followed the same pattern we were on. But
he was fishing the muck. He was over there fishing the slime in the muck.
I don't know what he was fishing. He launched with us and then left. We didn't see him.
He said, "I'll let them win."
Good job, Chris. You're a good man.
Yeah. He left, and then we were like, "Where the heck did Mitchell go?" And then at 2:30, I pull around some reeds, and I'm like hooting and hollering because I just caught this 20, and I see Mitchell. I'm like, "Where the heck did you come from?" He's like, "Oh, across the lake," and I was like, "Oh, well, that explains why you have no fish."
Oh boy!
But yeah,
we had him on about a month and a half ago, Jeff. We've seen his stack of trophies. He ain't hurt anything for sure.
No, man. Yeah, he needs to let us win a little bit. He keeps, whenever he signs up, he's probably the reason why we only get 30 to 40 people to sign up for our events, because they don't want to compete against him all the time.
You're sick of donating, right?
Well, Sherman Bishop though, did y'all have him on, Sherman?
Yeah,
he was the winner for the Bass. That gentleman, he is the most humble individual, but he is a hammer. We do it in our club. We do a thing where it's called the Lunker. It's the biggest bass of the year. We do a big bass pot. He took home like 2 years in a row that pot for catching 25 plus each year. It's about 16, anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 that just for one fish that they get to take home. So that he's a hammer too. So our club is filled with a lot of really good anglers. So
I haven't heard Conrad Benetti mentioned yet.
No, he's doing saltwater. Conrad Benetti,
he's doing male modeling. He doesn't have time for this.
Conrad, he's awesome. He did fish our club for the first 2 years, and then he's doing a lot with his son, which I think is important too. So
Conrad's cool, man. We love Conrad.
Conrad's an awesome guy. So he'll make his way back. I'm surprised he didn't do bass, because Kissimmee's his thing. That's my wife, by the way. She's
what do we got going on back there? So she ran in with the dog. Hello, doggy and wife. There we go.
Yeah, so she's taking the corgi out for her nightly walk. So
I got you.
But yeah, no, we got a bunch of really good people. We've been blessed, to say the least. So. Yeah.
And what area, just to tell people, your kayak bass trail down there, where is that located? Like, what's your home waters, if you will?
So no, I appreciate that. Yeah, the Florida Kayak Bass Trail. I don't know if you guys know how this kind of originated. The KAF, Kayak Anglers of Florida, kind of dissolved back in right after COVID, I think. And I fished with a lot of those guys on the Kraken, that profession. I don't even really know what it was called, but
yeah. Anyway, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
a little loose with the term professional there. Chris.
Yeah. No, I didn't catch a single fish. So I'm just saying that's what it was. So we were a part of. We fished. We got brought on and fished that, or had fun. I wouldn't say I just fished. I didn't catch anything. It was a fun time for us. And when that went away, we all kind of got together and were like, hey, we want to continue this thing. So no one wanted to really step up and do the official, making it a business and whatnot. So I stepped up, did the whole thing, got it. And me, Sean, and Todd Quillen and Chris Clutter, he's another member. He's another part of it too. He works a lot as a cop. So he's kind of does a lot of stuff on the back end with us. But he's a ghost. Yeah, he's in the back end. But yeah, so what happened pretty much is we stood it up, and we only got 75 members. So we're pretty big for just being a little grassroots club. So we got 75 members from Miami all the way up to Jacksonville, the whole state of Florida. And what we host tournaments. We host about 10 tournaments a year, starting in September all the way to May. And the second Tuesday or second Saturday of every month, we'll host an event. in North Florida. The furthest we went was to Lake Seminole in Georgia. We teamed up with the Northwest Bass Nation crew up there. We go to Rodman, we go to the St. Johns River, we go all the way down to Lake Okeechobee and everywhere in between. But the majority of our anglers, if I had to say there's like where they concentrated, was Central Florida, Orlando, Kissimmee, Ocala, that area, Tampa. Where else?
Okay.
Listen,
But yeah.
did you catch that tournament schedule, Ryan, from September to May?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How wonderful is that? Just
Yeah,
shut
That's
the summer off,
when
don't even
we
worry about it.
when we quit fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the reason we do that, our tournament, our championships, May 17th and 18th. And that is when, like, those summer afternoon storms, we don't want anglers on the water when those storms hit. Right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like angler safety and the boat play, we don't want anybody really out on the water during pleasure boat season with the jet skiers, the wake boats and all that stuff. So that's why we kind of focus the majority of our tournament season is kind of September, October is right now. We're almost done with our season. So
Chris,
yeah,
Bluegrass Bodybuilding on YouTube says this dude needs his own podcast. You do have a voice for podcasting. I think you could do it.
I love talking, but I'm passionate about the sport. So just tell me to shut up. And I'll
No. I think you're a natural. I think you do need to have you could do the Florida podcast from North Dakota.
Yeah, when you're in North Dakota and you don't have shit else to do because there's 12 feet of snow outside, you can start podcasting.
My wife's probably like, yeah, you don't need to do that. I talk with these guys all the time, but no, I'm just passionate about the sport. I love the camaraderie and the fellowship and everything. So I'm not the best at fishing, but I love talking crap and I just love hanging out with people.
You're perfect for podcasting then. That's how Jeff and I got here.
That's it. The more you podcast, the worse you get. That's what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm probably not going to be able to catch crap when I go to North Dakota. So,
well, you can catch some walleye up there.
Yeah,
there's some smallmouth up there.
But yeah, if you guys are interested and y'all want to fish a local club in Florida and you're watching this, you reach out to me. But that we're not affiliated with any national trail at the moment either. So we were originally with KBF, and we've since just kind of kept things at the grassroots and doing that, and it seems to be the best for us. I think we got what's that?
Microphone.
Oh, sorry. Is it that bad? See, I'm not gonna do.
No, it's not bad at all. It's fantastic. What are you talking about? It's fantastic.
But yeah, so
we're trying to level you up and get you started on your new career.
Yeah, no. I'm in the Air Force. I'm not doing no podcast. I'll just stick to the military side of it.
Hey, real talk right here. Marty Hughes said, "Look up James Francis when you go to North Dakota. He's one of the original Midwest Hammers. So for real, look up.
Yeah, I think we've already been having conversations. We've talked. Yeah. So yeah,
there's all kinds of great advice coming in for.
I like these guys.
Hey, I'll give you an old Air Force story, Chris. When I got stationed in North Dakota, we were kind of pissed off about it. But when we got up there, they allowed the airmen at 18 years old was the drinking age for us when we arrived in North Dakota, and there was nothing else to do. So
solid.
You built a good endurance for hydrating properly.
I did. By the time I was 21, I didn't want to drink anymore. So
yeah,
that was
it. If you guys know Todd Quillen, he taught us how to hydrate properly. So we're pretty good at that on the weekend, hydrating there. So making sure we're good. But yeah. No, I'll shut up and stop talking, Harrelson. It's your turn.
No. We're not giving you a hard time.
Yeah,
don't let these chatters keep you down.
You've got the last 12 minutes of this show. You got.
Give it to him. He talks enough for both of us.
Wow. Hey, but before this, Harrelson was like, "Chris, I'm gonna let you talk," because he's like, "I don't want to talk," and I'm like, "All right, if you say so, I'll do it."
Y'all are a great team.
Yeah.
Harrelson catches the Giants. You take picks and talk.
Yeah, that's right. See, everyone needs a good cameraman. Right. And that's what I tried to do. So I just got lucky.
That's my PR guy, so
what?
So you're my PR guy.
There you
go.
Right. Hey, neither of you actually obviously caught this one, but either of you know the story behind this one. I had to throw up Eric's big bass for the tournament.
Yes, I do. Yeah, Harrelson, I'll let you tell it.
25.5-inch monster. I mean, Eric Jackson, he doesn't fish many kayak tournaments, but he just pops up every now and then.
Did you see those shoes?
Oh, he's wearing Vans. You know he's doing some weird shit.
He said he caught it burning a swim jig as fast as he can reel it in. So he caught it on a swim jig.
How fast is that? Like a regular retrieve?
I have no idea. He just said he was reeling it in as fast as he could have, and it just exploded right in front of the pad. So
As much fun as it is to poke fun at EJ, he is obviously an Olympic athlete. So I would say if he's reeling a swim jig as fast as he can, that's probably got some speed on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can only imagine. He did tell us a story though at the event, at the little festival that they had at the before the award ceremony. He was telling us about it, and it was definitely intriguing. That dude is a legend. Getting to meet him, I met him at a championship in Kentucky, on Kentucky Lake, for the first time, and then got to meet him, talk to him again. Same guy, same kayak, same stories.
Is he still fishing out of that? What were those?
Apex.
The Apex.
Yeah, the carbon fiber. Yeah.
Yep. With nothing on it. Nothing.
That thing weighs less than the measuring board, Ryan. They say.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has more gear on there. He does. I believe he does have a way to put a torpedo on it there. I think he does have a stern mount on it, but yeah. I think scoots though.
Darrell, you're getting some juice from YouTube. David Meyer says Harrelson said more than I've heard him say in 4 years. Are you a man?
We're not lying.
Words normally,
Go back, and I'm roasting him here. Go back and look at the award. At the award, do y'all see a single smile on this guy?
I do now, right now.
Yeah, watch. This is the first time I've seen him smile. He don't smile. Everyone's like, "Are you excited?" Blake Abbey was like, "Hey man, this must be one of the top three most exciting things in your life." He's like, "It's in the top 10," and I'm like. Oh my God, never smiled. I have 100 photos on my phone and never seen his teeth before. So,
yeah, I smile through my lips. How's that?
He smiles he's smiling on the inside. Under that big beard, he's smiling.
Yeah. We call him the Ginger Ninja because we love him.
All right. Darrell's already one of my top 10 favorite guests, and he hadn't even said that much. I love this guy. So there we go.
I'm probably the least favorite. I'll probably have.
No, you're up there too.
No, they don't want this guy on here.
It makes it a whole lot easier when guests talk. No offense, Darrell, but sometimes we'll get guests on that you got to pull it out of.
You know what I've really determined, Ryan? Now, like 3 weeks in a row. Well, not in a row, but 3 weeks here in the first couple months of the year, we've had Florida anglers on, and we need to have more Florida anglers on. It's been good every time. It's been fun every time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we got a great group of people in our club and really good people. I'm sure y'all are going to see a lot of them. A lot of them have made a choice to fish a lot of the bass trails too. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of them up at the top of the leaderboard. A lot of them are fishing the Kayak Adventure Series. They're making some moves doing that. Now that Hobie's gone, a lot of them are switching over and going and traveling and doing a lot of the bass stuff too, which is really, really cool to see and exciting. So that's a really cool platform. I just wish I could go and take off work some and go and do it but I can't. But I'm excited to see how well they do throughout the year for sure. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, gentlemen, it was a fun interview tonight. We appreciate both of y'all taking the time. I hope we can have you on again. Hope you catch 8 and 9 pounders again, and we have you on. Obviously, you won't be able to do it as a duo. It doesn't sound like for a while anyway. But,
no,
Darrell, we'll give you the floor next time when you come on after you catch another 107-inch limit. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We'll have Chris on with you anyway. He can be your PR guy.
Well, we're gonna. I can tell you right now, we're not gonna make the same mistake and not sign up for the team event. I can tell you that much for the next one. So,
there you go.
But no, we appreciate you guys for having us on. And Darrell, sorry for stealing your show, but you know, someone had to do it.
Darrell got the money and the big fish, so I'm sure he's probably not too mad about it.
No. Can I borrow $20?
He needs some gas money for that U-Haul to North Dakota.
I know, right? It's going to take me $3,000 to fill that thing up to go to North Dakota.
Oh boy,
it's a long ways, boys. Long ways.
Yeah, it is. It is. But no, I appreciate. We really do appreciate you guys having us on and giving us a chance to tell our story. So,
anytime, boys. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Congrats to both of you. Great numbers. Great finish. Awesome. Fun time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Here we go, everybody. Chris and
Y'all
Darrell.
take care. Jeff, check your DMs while we do a cigar giveaway.
Are we doing a giveaway? I never even mentioned a giveaway at all.
Don't worry. I'm here. I got it.
All right. Pull this up. All right. We're doing it. We're doing a cigar giveaway.
We're doing a cigar giveaway. What's our hashtag going to be? What do you think?
What can we use from the show that we just heard?
I am I'm at a loss here. Smiling
How about we do
Harrelson.
this?
Okay.
We'll
go
just
for
do
it.
FKBT. Hashtag FKBT.
Okay. All right. I like it.
The Florida Kayak Bass Trail guys. Shout them out.
Yep. Deal.
There we go.
Deal.
Let me get this giveaway tool pulled up. Wasn't prepared, Ryan.
Said
Sorry.
hashtag talker.
I
I
love
know
that
we
guy,
forgot to do one last week, and I felt like we shorted the audience.
I know. Luckily, I'm a pretty fast typer.
Yeah, no, you're doing great.
We're about to get this. We're about to
Super
get
proud
this.
of you right now.
About to get this. So there's the hashtag, and then Ryan's got something else I need to pull up. So hashtag FKBT.
Yeah.
Get that on there, and we'll do the drawing here in a second. Hashtag FKBT. Let me pull up this other screen. What am I pulling up here, Ryan? Let's see.
So this is one of our local hammers here in Chattanooga. I've watched this kid grow up fishing the local CBAs and stuff. He went down to the MLF Invitational in Florida and took 3rd place. Got him a big trophy there, and he is making some noise on the big stage. So shout out to Bank Shaw, local Chickamauga hammer. He's getting after, man. That's one to watch right there. The kid's a stick.
There we go. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
There it is. All right. Got the hashtags flowing. That was a fun show, man. Both those guys were a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like the Florida boys. All right.
Yeah, man. I guess I need to get down there and do some fishing sometime. Never fished a tournament in Florida.
Well, I've never fished a great one.
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like I've got that Florida mindset when I go down there to fish. I'm trying to shoehorn Florida into the Tennessee River somehow.
Right. Ashley Kay's always talking about moving south because she hates the cold. That tournament season, September through May, sounds amazing.
You could just get a vacation home down there after Elon gets you.
I'm hanging in there, dude. I sent my 5 bullets in today.
I was gonna say, what'd you do last week?
Hey, Kayvon's on Twitter commenting. Kayvon Hawkins. Look at him. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I sent him a bullets. I'm in. I'm good.
All right, good job. I'm
before
proud
the
of you.
deadline.
All right, let's give the cigar away, and I'm gonna get in the car and drive about 5 more hours.
Stay safe. All right, here we go. Who's it going to be? It should be the X winner. So it's the only X comment I saw all night, to be honest.
The deck is stacked.
Chris O'Connor on YouTube.
All right.
Even though I like this YouTube name better, Yesterday's Biscuits. Buskets.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Chris, slide in my DMs on Facebook or email us at Kayak Bass Nation, and I will get your cigar pack on the way.
There we go, man. Fun show, Ryan. Be safe driving to Memphis.
Yep, I'm heading out. Strapping up. Let's go.